Hi everyone, I am Ajinkya and I am your CISA guide. I want to explain how general IT controls, IT automated controls and financial audits interplay with each other. Now I will share my screen and we can then see. Let's start with the role of an auditor in financial statements audit. Auditor is supposed to provide a reasonable assurance that the financial statements are free from material misstatements. To explain the role of auditor, I would like to take an example of an auditor auditing XYZ bank. One of the primary businesses of a bank is to take money in the form of term deposits or fixed deposits and provide interest to the customers. Now, from the point of view of the bank, the interest is an expenditure and term deposit is a liability or payable amount which will be shown in the balance sheet. Now, people who are from technical backgrounds and who don't know what financial statements and balance sheets are, don't get worried. I'm not here to teach you about financials, but since I want to deep dive into financial audits, I want to take this example. You will understand slowly what I'm talking about, but right now you can ignore the terms like profit and loss, expenditure, balance sheet, financials, and all of that. I will slowly move into general IT controls and IT automated controls. Okay. Now let's say 1 million people kept term deposits and amount was 10 million rupees. The interest will be shown as an expenditure in profit and loss statement. I hope you are able to see now. The interest expenditure will be shown under profit and loss statement as 10 million rupees. And the payable amount of term deposit will be shown as liability. We don't need to go into that right now. Now the auditor has to provide a reasonable assurance that the amount shown in the profit and loss account is free from material misstatement. To put it in simple words, the auditor has to verify that the amount shown in the financials, which is 10 million, is correct. Now think of multiple ways through which the auditor can verify this. Think about this, think about this for a couple of seconds by pausing the video. Now, one of the ways through which the auditor can verify the interest amount is by obtaining a list of all 1 million deposits and using the formula which we learned in school, that is principal into rate into number of days. The auditor will need to spend a lot of time to do this calculation and to come to a figure of 10 million rupees, which is shown in profit and loss statement as interest expenditure. Another way which I could think of is using Excel. The auditor can use Excel to come to this formula. They can download the list of all deposits and use Excel formula to come to this interest figure of 10 million rupees, which is shown as expenditure in profit and loss. Again, in this situation, the auditor will have to spend a lot of time drafting the formula and inputting the figures. Now, the third and the best way which I could think of is the auditor can actually check the logic built into the system to calculate the interest. In this situation, the auditor will only have to check the logic, that is the formula which is built into the interest calculation system. If the formula is correct and the logic is working correctly, then the auditor can simply imply that the interest for all 1 million deposits, which is 10 million rupees shown as interest expenditure in profit and loss statement, is correct, and they can come to a reasonable assurance that the interest figure shown in profit and loss account is free from material misstatements. Or in other words, the auditor can simply say that the interest expenditure shown as 10 million rupees in profit and loss statement is correct. But you know, the world is not so simple, unfortunately. The auditor cannot directly test the logic and come to the conclusion. Do you know the reason why? Do you want to find it out? Wait for my next video. Till then, you can think about the reasons why the auditor cannot directly use this technique and you can drop your thinking in the comment section below. Thank you.